Mathematics is not about numbers, calculations, equations or algorithms. It is about understanding. If you go deeper in anything, you will find something mathematics. It may be in the field of agriculture, sports, dance, music, kitchen or even in the field of medicine and hospitals. Hello guys, myself Utsa HR from class 10. Today in this video we shall know the applications of mathematics in the field of medicine. Medicines are of different size, shapes and we can identify them based on their imprint. For example, it can be identified their functions using the colors, like the yellow one is more effective than the green one. Similarly, geometrical shapes are also used to determine their functions and also their parts. Example, the first one is the round one. Some few tablets are round, indicating that they are very easy to swallow and helps in quick dissociation as due to their low surface area. For example, the B complex with the B12 and the calcium gluconate. Few others are capsules, which cannot be easily broken into two halves or crushed easily, and the drug is likely to enter our bloodstream. For example, the B complex soft gel and the set nib hard gel capsule. Pentagon tablets are having 5 sides, which helps in reducing the amount of acid in our stomach. For example, the Ativan oral and the Avandia oral. Hexagon tablets with 6 sides help in treating microbial infections in the urinary, respiratory and the nose tracts. For example, the Hex G3741 and the Acidophilus cap tab. Whenever you visit a doctor, he writes a note called as medical prescription about your medication while you are ill. Have you ever noticed what has it got? Okay, it starts with your personal info like your name, age, phone number, the date of checkup. Next, it continues with some of the directions given by the doctors, like how many tablets or how many teaspoons of syrup to be consumed and when you have to consume, like 3 times in a day, which should be consumed before or after food. So maths is even here. Next, we have some measuring techniques. Doctors require tools to measure the physical conditions which work on the mathematical principles like the height, weight and the temperature. So let's have a look at them. First one is the weight. We all never reveal our weight to many, right? So the weight determines our BMI, which is very essential to lead a healthy life. Weight has to be converted to pounds or kgs whenever required, and the weighing machine displays your weight number. Height. Height is one of the most physical observable features everyone asks you about. So height is also measured in the numbers on the measuring tape. It has to be converted to inches, feet or even meters whenever required. Temperature. Temperature is one of the most important physical conditions which determine your health. So it works on the boiling point of mercury of a thermometer. And numbers come here again. And it has to be converted into Celsius, Fahrenheit or Kelvin whenever required. Moving on, heart is one of the most important organ for our survival. We all know that heart pumps oxygenated blood to all parts of our body. Mathematics even come here when we have to calculate the speed of the blood and also the number of times heart pumps the blood. Have you ever heard someone saying, don't mess up with him, he is short-tempered or he is having high BP? So what does BP mean here? BP or blood pressure means the force of your blood pushing the walls of your blood vessels. It is calculated in the millimeters of HD. Usually, it is recommended that in order to survive a long healthy life, your normal BP range should be 120 by 80 mmHg. It is measured in the millimeters of mercury. Next one is the heart rate. Just keep your hand on your left side of the chest. You will surely hear some beats of sound. This is nothing but heart rate. The number of times your heart pumps the blood in a minute is known as heart rate. The heart rate number determines whether you are cool or stressed. Just imagine, the numbers determine whether you are cool or stressed or your mood level. Isn't maths fun then? Let's go ahead. During medication, you may have come across the term called as dosage. A particular amount of dose or drug is given to your body. If the dose is slightly high or low, it may lead to the irregular dosage, which can even lead to the liver damage, stomach bleeding and also kidney diseases. The concept of ratios and proportions are very much essential now. The product of extremes is equal to the product of means. That's what the basic principle of the ratios and proportions. Let's look at an example here. It is given that to prepare a 50 mg of tablet, it requires 1 ml of drug. Then how much milliliter of drug is it required to make 25 mg of tablet? Let's calculate it. The ratios and proportions are expressed in this way. 50:1 is as to 25:x. Here we have to calculate the value of x, and as I said earlier, the product of extremes or the end terms is equal to the product of the means or the middle terms. So 50 multiplied by x, 50x, is equal to the 25 multiplied by 1, 25. 50x is equal to 25, which means x is equal to 25 by 50, where we get x is equal to 0.5 milliliter. So to prepare 25 mg of tablet, we require 0.5 ml of the drug. Here the medicine manufacturers and the doctors have to be very accurate in their calculations. In hospitals, patients are allowed to lie on bed and the doctors put the drip into the veins where the fluid medicines can pass directly into their bloodstream. A single drop is released at regular intervals of time, then it passes through the tube and enters their veins. Here is a small demonstration of how it works. This has to be accurately calculated using the drip rate formula. A formula definitely involves a kind of maths in it. So here's the drip rate formula. First, the amount or volume of dosage to be given is divided by the time the dosage has to be given. Then it is multiplied by the drop factor. Drop factor is nothing but the number of drops required to make 1 ml of that fluid. For example, it takes up 20 drops to make up 1 ml of water. Similarly, it takes up 15 drops of blood to make 1 ml of blood. It depends on the viscosity of the fluid. So here, the doctors and the nurses have to accurately calculate the drip rate formula to give drips to the patients. Even the tools used in the surgery works under the mathematical principles, like the surgery tools have to be carefully designed at specific angles, thickness, mass, sharpness, composition of the metal, and also the combination of unique geometrical shapes. Next one is the statistics. Statistics is the method of collecting the data and analyzing it to find the solutions to the problems. Medicine manufacturers and the doctors in the hospitals collect the data about the sale of their products and also their expenditures of the hospitals and analyze them and find solutions to the problems. The medicine manufacturer analyzes which of his products has gained how much profit and also which of his product is grossing in the market, and if he has to introduce a new product, then how he had to plan them so that he gains profit. Even in the hospitals, the doctors or the management calculate the expenditures of the hospital, such as purchasing the supplies and the medicines, also the salaries of the doctors, physicians, guards, securities, etc., and also the public and home health, and also the electricity and water charges. So they require mathematics in all of them. Epidemiology is a study and analyzing the cause of the disease, identifying the people who are at risk, and determining the ways to control the disease and also to stop the spread of the disease and preventing it from happening once again. So they require some statistics and probability skills here. For example, influenza comes on a regular pattern. It means it comes and goes every year on a regular basis. So the doctors or the scientists need to be prepared to fight against it with pre-vaccinations and ways to control the spread of the disease. Epidemiologists need to plot a lot of graphs on their research. For example, here's a graph. The graph below depicts the number of vaccines given to children at certain months after they are born in India. It helps to understand the social reality of a particular population in a particular land. Another example is here. This graph depicts the sales of medicines in different classes or in different kinds of treatments. We can analyze that the diabetes is one of the most common one, indicating that there is a lot of consumption of medicines in order to treat diabetes. So scientists have to come up with new ideas in order to stop this problem. Next, the best example for this is the present corona tragedy. All the countries need to collect data about the active cases, deaths, and also the recovered cases. They need to come up with the new ideas in order to stop the spread of the disease and also prevent them with the vaccinations. Now India is ready to import over 100 million trial vaccines from Russia, and it has to mathematically plan to store and supply. Okay guys, without maths there is nothing you can do. Everything around is mathematics, everything around is numbers. Even in the medicine field, there is a lot of applications of the mathematics. Mathematics isn't a subject, it's a part of the sustaining life. These were the very few applications of mathematics in the field of medicine. Mathematics may not help you to add, love or subtract hate, but definitely gives you hope that every problem has a solution. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.